What is wrong with us people today? Well, I think it's the lack of meaningful and fulfilling work brought about by the Industrial Revolution and now treating people essentially as replaceable parts. Replaceable parts were invented in the late 1700s or early 1800s, I think, and the assembly line was invented in the early 1900s by Henry Ford. And I believe those two major developments, along with a lot of other ones in the Industrial Revolution, have essentially made us people into replaceable parts, and we have very repetitive jobs that don't give us the fulfillment of a natural life, let's say, that we're evolved to live. So essentially why we're unhappy and messed up as people is that we're trying to fit ourselves square pegs into round holes of jobs, what we call jobs. I don't think jobs are even really natural to people. What we're supposed to do is have lives that we live, and that would include many things like building your home and maintaining your home along with the help of your neighbors, building and maintaining and growing your food, some of it, hunting for some of your food, making some of your clothes, trading for some of your clothes, making some of your furniture, trading for some of your furniture, etc. A lot more making and a lot more involvement in your everyday tools and furniture and home and surroundings, let's say. And now we have very structured lives. I think school was made to train us to be replaceable parts. That's why we have the alarm bell that goes every hour, and we have an authority figure that we are supposed to listen to the whole time, and they tell us what to believe and think, and we're supposed to then show that we can listen and then perform the task well. And eventually school is there to sort out who's good at listening and performing tasks for authorities and who's not, and those who are good at it are obviously promoted into the system, into middle management and things like that, and other people are kind of dropped off. People who are more artistic and creative are often seen as in school as not as trainable, let's say, so not as usable in the replaceable parts system that we have, and so they're basically left behind, even though they're probably just as intelligent. They're just not as good at sitting and listening to an authority, absorbing what the authority says, and then spitting it back out, regurgitating what the authority says. So, so that's what I think is going on, why we have a lot of unhappiness and messed up people, and it's so throughout our culture that we don't even recognize it anymore. We are taught to consume, like whether it be television, entertainment, TV, music, self-medicate with drugs, alcohol, use pharmaceuticals if we're depressed, or if that doesn't help, they give you antipsychotics on top of it. We're trying to numb ourselves out of the recognition that we're not supposed to be hamsters on wheels that perform repetitive tasks every day, year in and year out, throughout the same task, winter, summer, fall, and spring. Humans are supposed to have different tasks throughout the seasons as we prepare for winter or prepare for planting in the spring or harvest in the fall. We should have sort of more different lives than we do, and the conveniences that we are sold on, that we can go to the store and get 100 different kinds of cereal. These things don't really make us happy. They are just merely conveniences. The same thing with, we're often told we should be very happy because we're wealthier than anyone 100 years ago could ever imagine, just because we have running hot water and good health care, which we do. We have many great things that technology has enabled us to have, but those things have not given us happiness or joyful lives. In fact, the price we pay for having a lot of these conveniences is very much unfulfilling lives, because we can just go to the store and buy something rather than fix it, or have our friend and neighbor fix it, or know where everything in our house, who made it. Can you imagine if everything in your house, you knew the person who made that object? It was given to you by so and so, or the blacksmith down the street, or you knew the person who made the potter. All these things, you knew the person who made your shoe. We're so disconnected from all of that, and so we're disconnected from our community in the same way that because of our work as well. So it's not just that the job is unfulfilling, but that also creates this lack of community fulfillment in the same at the same time. So that's about it for now, guys. That's my hypothesis. You're free to weigh in the comment section what your hypothesis might be. We don't have enough evidence to make it a theory, but of course, in my mind, it is. It's settled already, but I'm open to willing to listen to other ideas, of course. So, everybody, take care.